Tell me where the freaks at.
It's the last game of the regular season. The Detroit Pistons, who if they win, lock in a playoff spot, or can lock in a playoff spot with a Hornets or Wizards loss. They'll be taking on the Chicago Bulls, and if they win tonight, they lock in the third seat. So a lot is up for stakes tonight. Bulls, Pistons. Starting lineups for tonight's game, you have Galloway, Kennard, Ennis, Griffin, and Drummond taking on Grant, Levine, Williams, Markkanen, and Lopez. Bulls in their Los Bulls jerseys for the final day of the regular season. Big rivalry game here tonight, as you see Stan Van Gundy for the Pistons trying to coach them into their first ever playoff appearance. The Bulls, this is going to be the highest in the playoffs they have ever been, trying to get as high as the third seat. Here we go. Lopez, Drummond at the line. We're underway at the United Center. Here's Galloway up the floor to start the night. Over to Blake Griffin. Griffin, Ennis. Ennis holding it just outside the three-point line. Kennard, picked off by Williams. The other way, Zach LaVine all alone to the basket. LaVine throws it down, and that's how the night starts. Here they come the other way. Kennard over to Ennis. Ennis, Kennard, head-on three. Bang! Luke Kennard smashes that one to make it a 7-4 game. Here is Griffin. Griffin, guarded by Markkanen, spinning by, puts up the two. No good. Rebound Drummond. Who's going to throw it down with the right hand? Andre Drummond, the big rebound. Makes it 11-9. Here is Grant. Bulls down by 2. In the corner, that's Portis, Levine. Levine stops, drives in, Levine! Posters on Andre Drummond. He's been doing it all year, and that's a big-time dunk from Levine. Here's Portis, tie game. Portis, Valentine. Here's Holiday from downtown, got it! A sinker from Holiday to make it a 3-point game. Down by 6 now, here's Jackson. Jackson, this one's from 3, and that one's good. And just like that, Detroit cuts it down to a one-possession game. Final 15 seconds here in the opening period. Here is Valentine. Passes it over to Levine. Levine, a good night for him so far. 10 points in the quarter. Levine, Holiday, that one from downtown. That one's going to rim off. Rebound Tolver, and that ends the first quarter. Bulls leading here. That one head on from Markkanen. That one's no good. Rebound by Willie Reed. The other way. Here is Smith. That one's blocked from behind by Lopez, I believe. Way down floor. Here is Williams to Markkanen. Is going to lay it up and in. Wild sequence, but the Bulls go up by 7 and are extending their lead. Here's Holiday. Pulls back for 3. Bounces around and hits it. Drew Holiday has been good from downtown tonight, and the Bulls go up by 10 now. Pistons have had a horrible start to the second, and they call timeout. Just a mere 6 points. The Bulls dominating. Here is Griffin. Griffin holding it, pumps. Still holding it, 7 on the shot clock. Passes it, corner, that's a 3. That one's good. And the Pistons make it a one-possession game once again. Pistons not backing down. Here is Jackson. Jackson rolls to his right now. About a minute and a half left. Griffin for 2. Got it. And Griffin is down. Griffin's limping on the floor. And this is a catastrophe for the Detroit Pistons. Their best player traded for him in the trade deadline on the last day of the regular season. A tragedy for the Detroit Pistons here in the Windy City. Here's Grant. 15 seconds, Grant pushing by, kicks corner, Levine, shot, got it! Zach LaVine, 20 points in the first half. An absolutely unbelievable game. Time winding down now. Here is Kennard. Kicks it, Jackson. Jackson drives, floats one up in the paint, bounces around, won't go. Rebound Felicio, and Levine can't get the shot up. We go to halftime, 48-40. The Bulls. What a first half from Zach LaVine, and an awful end to Blake Griffin. Here is LaVine. Bulls up by 7. LaVine drives in and throws it down with 2 hands. Zach LaVine, that's the second dunk he's had on Andre Drummond tonight. The lead is 9. Here comes Kennard up the floor, right across the timeline. Guarded by LaVine. Kennard kicks it 3. Galloway got it! 3 straight triples for the Detroit Pistons. They're back within 5. Here is Ennis. Luier, corner, Kennard, 3, make it 5. What a shot by Kennard. He has 5 and the 4th straight 3 for the Pistons. Here's LaVine. LaVine drives, floats it up, and 1. The foul on Luke Kennard. And Zach LaVine's big night just got even bigger. The drive on Kennard through the baseline, puts it up, and draws the contact. First and 1 opportunity of the night for either team. And the Bulls can go up by 7. It's been back and forth here to start the second half. As LaVine, this free throw can get him up to 27 points. He's been solid from the line all year. And LaVine's free throw is good. Here is Smith. Gets it to Tolver. Here is Tolver now. Now he gives it over to Ish Smith again. Smith, stolen by Valentine. Denzel Valentine the other way. Stops, pops in the paint, and rattles it home. The steal for Denzel Valentine. And he takes it the other way and puts up 2 more for Chicago. Here comes Smith. To the corner, Luier, 3. Bounces off. It looked good for a second, but then it bounced off the rim. Valentine now the other way. Passes it. Corner. Grant. 3. Got it. Bulls up by 11. A big shot there, and it's 70-59. Chicago has dominated the third. Timeout Pistons. How about them Bulls? LaVine. Corner. That's a 3. That one bounces off. No good. Rebound Drummond. Ahead, the passing. Here is Ish Smith. Drives, underneath pass. That one is good. A nice pass from Ish Smith. Kennard, 11 seconds now. Guarded heavily by Zach LaVine. LaVine's still on him. Kennard, pass corner. That's Willie Reed. Reed passes it. Kennard. No. And the Bulls will lead by 9. They got up by 13, but still a strong quarter. 39 third quarter points for the Chicago Bulls. They lead on the last day of the regular season here on a Wednesday night. Here come the Bulls. Here's Grant. Grant to Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen drives. Holiday for 3. He's been good all night. Holiday now with 18 points. Bulls up by 6. Here is Drummond. Trying to back it in on Lopez. Kicks Jackson. And 1! Grant came flying in. Trying to get the block and the foul. A risky play, and he is livid. Very mad is Jerian Grant. Lopez trying to hold him back, but at the line will go Jackson. Solid year for Reggie Jackson. You see Grant just came flying in and thought he can get the block. Clearly, he could not. And Jackson can make this a one-possession game. The Pistons were down as much as 12 at one point in the third. They have came all the way back, and the Bulls have to worry just a little bit. What if the Pistons can make a comeback without Blake Griffin? Here is Jackson's free throw to make it a 3-point game. He knocks it down. Here is Williams now. 5 on the shot clock to the corner. That's a 3. That one's good. A big shot by Grant again. The lead is 8, and Chicago begins to pull away. It's been back and forth. Let's see if the Pistons can close the gap again. Here is Jackson. Just about the United logo there. Jackson lobs it up to Andre Drummond, who comes crashing down. It's a 6-point game. Holding it about the Bulls logo. Now the pass to the corner. This is Williams. Williams out to Grant. Grant holding it now. Or excuse me, this is Holiday to Lopez. Denied by Andre Drummond. Holiday passed it up, and Drummond with the block. Here's the corner. That's a 3. That one's a sinker again. Grant has found his place where he's been able to nail them all from the corner. Here they come down the way. Here is Levine. Loses it. Lopez gets it back. Kicks it out to Levine. Levine drives up to the basket and lays it in. Zach LaVine, the nail in the coffin. And the Bulls go up by 6. The Pistons are just going to take the loss. But thanks to the Wizards' loss and the Hornets losing by 11, they will still make the playoffs, either as the 7th or the 8th seed. The Bulls lock up the 3rd seed after being the 6th seed last year. 44 for Zach LaVine on a dominating second half for the Bulls. But if you're the Pistons, going into the playoffs without Blake Griffin is going to be a big scare for another time. 103-87, the Bulls take a big win at home against the rival Pistons. Here's the stat line for you. Jackson, 19 points. Blake Griffin, of course, the injury, he had 15 points to end the game. Zach LaVine, 44. Drew Holiday with 25. Both had more than the leading scorers on the Pistons. Grant with 13. He had a couple of threes late to add to his point total. Teams in blue made the playoffs for the East. Cleveland will face Washington. Detroit will face Philly. The Bucks will face the Bulls. And then the defending champs Celtics will face the Raptors in round number 1 of the Eastern Conference side of the playoffs. In the West, the teams in red will made the playoffs. Portland will take on Houston. Denver will travel up to take Golden State. That's a rematch of last year. The Clippers and the Thunder, that's a rematch of last year. And then the Spurs will take on the Timberwolves. That'll be a great series as well. It's going to be a surely exciting playoffs. Here are the awards for you. James Harden won Most Valuable Player for the Rockets, carrying a strong Rockets team, the favorites to win the NBA Finals as it stands. Rookie of the Year, Lonzo Ball, averaging 12 points per game, had a very solid season. The Lakers, however, did not. So hopefully year 2 will be an improvement for him. Sixth Man of the Year, Rudy Gay for the Spurs. They'll go to the postseason as the 5th seed, so we'll see some more Rudy Gay action as the Spurs try to knock off Minnesota round 1. Hassan Whiteside won Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 15 points per game. Miami just got Dwayne Wade back, but they will miss the postseason. Most Improved Player, Rudy Gobert, averaging 16 points per game. 12 rebounds as well for the Utah Jazz, who missed the postseason. The final award is Mike D'Antoni, who won Coach of the Year. Of course, having the best team with the best record in the NBA will help you with that one. This is ASC signing off.